to my channel. I'm so thankful that you guys are here, whether this is the first time you're seeing my videos or you are returning. I am eternally, both. I am eternally and internally very grateful for your presence and the time that you're spending with me just watching these. So if you want to share a little bit more love for this space, obviously you can do so by giving this video a really big thumbs up or two. And if you catch the vibe of who I am and this channel, head over and please subscribe so that you can keep up to date with when videos do come out, and any other little shenanigan posts that I post. Cool. Okay, moving on. Now, I did say that I wasn't going to script, but bear with me, my darlings, because I'm not scripting, but I have just got some notes. So again, if you see me looking down, that's why. I probably am also going to say in each of these videos now that a reminder that perfection cannot exist within this space, and I'm here to just show up as me, and I am in a phase of my life where I'm still learning who me is and how me wants to do the world or me wants to express myself within this fucking chair, I swear to God. Anyway, so I have got 5 books that I am going to just showcase to you guys now. These are my top 5 self-development books, and quite frankly, they may be the only 5 self-development books that I have read, but I still want to show up and showcase them to you guys anyway. And I have a whole heap of other books just down one more tier over there that I am going to get into so that I can share more with it as I read it. There is 2 books further down that I am in the middle of reading currently, so I can give you some more sort of up-to-date, relevant resonance. And this video ultimately is about also how spirit communicates to us through books, through music, through all these different revenues. So that's really what today is about. I've got my cup of tea. Doesn't red lipstick make you feel like a bad bitch? I love it. Got the dribbles. Okay, let's get into it. So, little like weird thing too is I actually did record up until this point just before, but my partner called and it took my video off, so I had to start again. So I'm not salty. Just a little bit disappointed. Anyway, this first author, I believe she was born, or I'm not 100% sure whether she was born actually in New Zealand, but I know she spent time here. She may have been born here. And if I get people's names wrong, please don't come for me. Don't do it, just okay, because I make mistakes. So the first book is Stephanie Dowrick. I hope I'm saying her name right. It's Choosing Happiness, Life and Soul Essentials. Now this to me is like the goddamn Bible. This is like my religious life soul Bible. And you can see I have put down many pages down. So in this video, I'm just going to go through some of them and I'm just going to go to a certain page and read a little bit. But really, it again should just be a little short, sharp video. And I do also have a sixth book that won't be for everyone, but I would still like to recommend it because it will be for other people as well. Anyway, okay, the first book, Stephanie Dowrick, Choosing Happiness, Life and Soul Essentials. I love this book. Okay, so This is the sort of book where she even mentions in it that you don't have to read it from like start to finish, that you can, and again, this is another way that like Spirit, I find, beautifully works alongside with us with books, is that you can open a page up and theoretically there will be something within those pages that will support you in whatever journey or challenge or situation that is going on in your life. So that is a huge way. Just books for me in the last 6 months even have been a huge support for me. I've got 2 books going, normally 2 or 3 books going at the same time, and if I'm not vibing with one, I just put it to the side and I go pick up the other one, and often where I've left off in the other one has the exact love and support and perspective that I really need to help me in my like day-to-day. So thank you, books, thank you very much. Anyway, so let's do that. Book, let's just open and read a little passage. Where do we want to go? Okay. Oh, I love this. You affect other people constantly. So like even for this, let's have a little readie of something, okay? We also feel it deeply and immediately when other people are thoughtful, open, welcoming, and accepting. We blossom when people treat us with respect. We are grateful when other people forgive us. Even when our self-image and self-worth are not dependent on what other people think or how they behave, we are still affected by their attitudes and actions. Could they possibly be affected by my moods, behaviors, attitudes as I am by theirs? And I don't know, there was just so many aspects in this book where it's, again, self-development. It's a lot of you having to reflect upon your own actions, behaviors, patterns, beliefs, worldviews, cultures. And I kind of find it quite fitting that this page has come up anyway, because obviously my intention here is to create a safe space and to create or like to show up with the energy that not to like gaslight myself or like bypass harder emotions or situations, but this is like my little space to give out my energy, to share my love for other people and the things that I enjoy by doing what I love, which is talking. And my energy and how I show up will affect, impact those of you that watch, hopefully. So I love that. Anyway, I got this book. This book came to me, I think it was $2 at an op shop, and I have just loved it. And there are lots of people who quite often I'll finish a book and I want to pass it on. I have a feeling that this book will stay with me for the rest of my life. As I said, it's like my little Bible. That is her on the back. Beautiful woman. Thank you for your lovely book. Okay, now I would say that some of you guys have probably also some of you guys might have already read this one, or you'll know of this author, which is Louise Hay. The Power is Within You. I read this a wee while ago, and I have noticed that I have got some, I go through with a highlighter and pinpoint things that I love. But yeah, The Power is Within You. Louise Hay writes to your soul where all healing begins. I probably need to actually read this again, but I do remember that when I read it, I really I loved it. And I felt like people who are maybe going through disease or illness or injury, I feel like this is the sort of book that would really benefit you and to help you get really clear with how you can heal yourself. So I will read a little bit. Just little things, I think. If we believe we are stuck and accept that we are stuck, then we are stuck. We get stuck because our negative beliefs are being fulfilled. Instead, let's begin to focus on our strengths. And again, I really love this because As with all of these books, obviously it's all about the self, and you have to think about how you, and not even just the self in like an egoic way, it's like you have to think about how you interact with other people, how you perceive a situation, how you respond and react. And that is why I love these books, because ultimately I'm looking to grow as a person, grow within my relationships and connections, grow as a professional in the domain that I'm studying at the moment. So I just love these. And again, because these are not books that I have read sort of like within the last couple of months, it's a bit sort of harder to give like relevant things. But anyway, it is another book that I wholeheartedly recommend. The Power Is Within You by Louise Hay. So that is the second book. I'm constantly scared I'm going to show off a tater or two in these dresses. But that's another thing. Just bearing my own little vulnerability, which goes beautifully into the next book, is for quite some time I've really struggled to lean back into my feminine. I've been quite guarded, and in terms of how my like outwards appearance and how I feel about myself inwards, I've had very, very low self-esteem and very, very low self-confidence, and really not valuing myself as a person and what I bring to the table. And all of these books have impacted me in such a huge way that, like I said, even showing up to this space and taking a risk on myself and realizing I'm not stuck, I can give myself a platform, I can be myself exactly as I am and share things how I want to. And little things for me, like just within the femininity aspect, is like I can also do my makeup on here, and I can put on a nice dress to come on here and put some earrings on and do you know, just little things, even just within the space, which is about so much more than, you know, just wanting to dress up and stuff. But all of this is giving me such a sense of myself and allowing me to really play around with my expression. Because the thing is too, because it's not live, you know, I don't have to worry about what you guys are necessarily thinking like right now as I'm saying this or doing it. I really can just be myself. So if there's anyone else on here as well that is like watching this and you're maybe finding that you're similar and you want to like talk about how you feel and what you enjoy and the things going on in your life, like I am realizing YouTube is like such a stunning place for that. So give it a go. Take that risk. Take the leap. You know, this is my second video, but oh my god, come on guys, like this is cool. Trust yourself. Go for it. Anyway, it resonates and aligns beautifully because my next book is, I don't know whether it's Byeeeee Brown or Byeeeee Brown. So again, apologies, but I am freaking in love with her. The way that she story tells and speaks, just like Stephanie, she is another banger. Baby, read this book. Anyway, Atlas of the Heart. So this is all about naming the different emotions that we as humans experience and giving them proper explanation, so that when we are maybe in a heated argument or trying to express ourselves confidently, quite often we'll just say words that aren't actually aligned with the physical thing that's going on in the body, or I'm probably not doing that justice. But it just means that when we are more educated around the words that we use, it's easier to articulate ourselves and how we're feeling, and also get to the root of like maybe what support we're actually needing in the moment. I'm a classic for going like, I don't know, I'm feeling overwhelmed, I'm sad, or you know, and often actually it might be that I'm running through a grief cycle, and I'm on here now, so it could be like you know, like complicated grief, or it goes through, so acute grief, integrated grief, complicated grief, disenfranchised grief. There's so many different things. Anyway, I'll go on to another page. Oh, beautiful. Okay. True belonging is the spiritual practice of believing in and belonging to yourself, so deeply that you can share your most authentic self with the world and find sacredness in both being a part of something and standing alone in the wilderness. True belonging doesn't require you to change who you are. It requires you to be who you are. And on my phone as well, I've got a quote that came from the same book, which is be here, be you, belong. Which again is this little reminder, I think, is that another reason why I came on is because I know that there will be people out there that are very similar to me or really enjoy what I have to say. I'm a dribbler. And instead of having to mold or shift or adapt who I am to the core of my core, I can actually just show up into spaces and be myself, and I'll find the right people and the right people will show up. So I could not, just with Stephanie's one, I could not recommend Byeeeee Brown's books enough. Dare to Lead, I know there's other ones. I've read another one that was very kindly loaned to me to read, and it absolutely blew me out of the park, which was why I ended up buying this one, and I will definitely be buying more of her books to read, and I actually can't wait to share more of them with you. It's just it's just stunning. I mean, even there's something about even the cover. I just love it. Okay, so that's book number 3 anyway. Atlas of the Heart by Byeeeee Brown. Now, we have got another Stephanie Dorick, so friggin' sorry. Seeking the Sacred, Transforming Our View of Ourselves and One Another. Now, as you can see, I am currently reading this book. And look, I have picked up and put down this book quite a bit over the last few months. It's been a very staggered read, but ultimately, again, it's beautiful. It makes you think about different religion. It makes you think about different... it actually is quite hard to explain these books. But I'll find some other little pieces and I will read it. Because again, it's a nice big book too. Like, it's not a huge read, but it's good. Okay. So let's do the same thing. Page open. So we're on the chapter of reverence. I called on God and the spirit of wisdom came to me. So this one does... Stephanie does speak a lot about God. It uses the word God. Now, it's not something that bothers me, obviously. It's not a biggie. You can call God spirit, universe, source, whatever feels comfortable for you. And quite often with these self-development books, there will be times where the author does have a religious background, and you do have to sometimes push past the wording a little bit and replace it with your own so that it feels more comfortable. But the wisdom and the love and the guidance that comes from these books is incredible. So yeah, I am almost halfway through this book. And this was gifted to me by someone on Instagram. So again, Stephanie's books have just found their way into my life. And for great purpose. There's been so many times within this book and her other book where, like I said, even if I put it down, the moment that I came back to it, I was like, there's a reason I put it down at that point. Like, the messages that I'm about to read are far more relevant for what's going on in my life right now. So I love it. I love it. Another good book. Another one of my top 5s. I love it. And the final of the 5 is Think Like a Monk by Jay Shetty. Now, I'm pretty sure, I'm not online, like I'm not on Instagram, I'm not really keeping up to date with social media stuff. I did hear a passing by comment apparently that he had some stuff thrown his way. I'm not sure what, doesn't matter to me because I love his book, and the first few pages, I was like, I'm a monk. I'm a fucking monk. I'm a monk, you know, like this is me, monk mindset. This is totally me. And obviously there's lots where I'm not, I'm not a monk, but the monk mindset I really resonate with. And I have loved reading this. Again, I started reading this one probably 5-6 months ago, and I am already closing in with the Jay Shetty one. I just keep reading. Incredible book. It's got activities throughout. Now, full disclosure, I never do the activities. I just keep going past, which is, I think you'd get more out of it if you did the activities as well, but I just don't. I just keep reading. So, the stuff that I've been reading just recently from him, I will go back because as I was reading this, I was like, I want to make sure that I say some of these quotes and read some of this on this next video because I love it. So it was talking about Dharma. Now, hopefully I haven't said that wrong, but it's like your soul mission, your soul calling. And I think a lot of why I'm doing these videos again is because I might not fully know how my journey is going to play out, but to me it feels as if I'm in my Dharma when I'm speaking and expressing, and I'm being an avid learner of life, and then I'm integrating it, and then I use it to share, you know, and bring it out to people and help my friends, help my whānau, randoms, you know. I let these books and the messages and the wisdom that's in it guide my life at any given moment. So my cup of tea always goes cold, and there's so much red lipstick on it. So I'm going to read a few quotes from this. So, if we keep our minds open and curious, our dharmas, I hope I'm saying that right, announce themselves. Pay attention, cultivate self-awareness, feed your strengths, and you will find your way. And once you discover your dharma, pursue it. So again, it's like when something feels really right in the body, it's about taking those risks. And like I said, I think the whole point of me saying at the beginning of this is like perfection doesn't exist, is it allows me to continue just trying new things and showing up and figuring out what I really like talking about or what I don't. But ultimately, it feels right to be here. Pursue it, chase it, enjoy it, embody it. Yeah. Your time is limited, so don't waste it living someone else's life. And that is also really relevant for me as well, because I think when I was online and I was working as a spiritual medium and I went through the phases of doing like life coaching or spiritual coaching or mentoring, and I realized that a lot of that was based on what I was seeing from other people. Like this felt, you know, it was like, this is the natural next step to go up, that you need to be here. And I didn't actually just like stop to be like, do I actually enjoy this? You know, do I actually want to do this? And it's not that I wasn't good at it, not that I didn't put my whole heart into it, because I fucking did. But there was always an element where you get left feeling like something's missing, or you're feeling like what you're doing is, it's just, you know, maybe that'll resonate with some of you guys, but there was something that always felt like it was like, I'm good because I'm in service, I'm helping people, and people were responding to it really positively and beautifully, but there was something internal for me that it was eating me alive doing it, you know. And coming on here and talking, like, it's 24 minutes now, it's piss easy. You know what I mean? And I enjoy it, whether or not, you know, everyone out here that watches it likes it or not, it's all good. Like, I'm dribbling so much. Lovely. Anywho, Jay Shetty, Think Like a Monk. And there is another bit that I want to read. So, we come to realize that we don't have to do everything, that we can't do everything. And what I can't do is someone else's gift and responsibility. My limitations make space for the gift of other people's. And this again is very relevant to what I was saying, is that when I first left readings and I left doing that work, I was like, oh my God, people are stepping up and they're doing it and they're taking my place and I'm not going to be able to fit back in, and people are going to be like, you're stupid for leaving, and other people are going to be on the rise. Other people needed to come on the rise. My time in that space was done. Like, I needed to step off into the next chapter of my life that was going to bring me a different sense of fulfillment and joy and creativity. And by me doing that, it's creating space for the other people who need to be there to support other people. Like, we all work together as one big team, but we sometimes don't even realize it, and quite often we start to get comparative or envious. But actually, it's like I said, you know, we're all here to be individually ourselves, and we have got our own dharma, we have got our own passions, we've got our own life purpose, and it's not going to look the same as anyone else's. We might follow along the footsteps for a while of other people's that we're inspired by, but it's ultimately leading us to our own path and our own vision of that. So again, I feel like when I'm reading these, it's things that have struck out to me, but it's okay for me to talk about what's resonating for me. My channel, my video, I'm talking. And one other thing that he, there's another one. We have to be careful not to confuse inexperience with weakness. So again, like for me, again, I'm bringing it back to myself. That's what I'm doing. Okay, you're good, Maddie. Keep talking. Anyway, often we'll give things a go, and when it doesn't pop off instantly, because obviously the way that the world tends to be quite, like at the moment, is quick and like get things to me quick and snappy and more, faster. And when something doesn't pop off within the first like couple of videos, like I can tend to be like, oh, maybe this is not a strength of mine. Like maybe this isn't what I should be doing. And ultimately, again, it's just inexperience. I got to show up and keep showing up, give it a good goddamn go, because ultimately too, it's interesting because even when we're learning to do a new skill, yeah, we can feel like we're really failing and that we're really stupid and we can't do it. But actually in the process of that, we're learning new skills and we're gaining more knowledge and intelligence. It's just the patience and the practice in the middle that we, really try to avoid at all cost. I plan to explore how, as humans, we experience the same challenges, setbacks, and issues in life, and our spirituality can help us find the answer. Nobody showed up. Now, obviously, like I have had this experience where I first started doing women's circles or connections, like connection events, and I think the very first one that I ever did had 2 people show up. And obviously in hindsight, I'm like, woo, 2 people, fuck yeah. But when it was happening, I was like, I'm a failure. I shouldn't be doing this. I got no experience. I went on to do other women's circles and events that had 10, 15 people there at one time. So inexperienced, do you know what I mean? But I think I just love this because, again, it's the same reminder, like, just because when you're doing this, you know, people, there might only be a certain, like a little number of people then that you, a smaller number of people than you expected, or you thought in your head, fuck, this is going to pop off, I'm going to go viral, you know, like ultimately, and it doesn't, let's just say it doesn't, you know. Where am I going with that? I don't know. Okay, we'll just leave it there. Anyway, so before I go into the sixths, but oh my god, I do this so much, don't I? I got my hair did not that long ago, and she is fucking fresh. Anyway, I'm just loving on myself today, guys. I love that for me. We love a little bit of self-confidence and a bit of self-love. I was going to say something and now I've forgotten myself because I got tripped up on my own appearance. That's right. So ultimately, through all of these books that I have showed you already, each and every single one of them has impacted my life while I've been reading it. And they're self-development books, so they're supposed to. But you get the point. If there's any books in there that you're like, cool, I've read that, I like that, I haven't read that, and you want to get it, go get it. Like, go get these books, read more books. Books are good for you. I feel like I'm getting tired. Can you guys tell I'm getting tired of the video? 30 minutes is a long time for me, so I've done well. Anyway, the last book that I want to bring up is Spirit Babies, How to Communicate with the Child That You're Meant to Have, Walter McKitchen. I won't talk too much about it, honestly, because I am getting a bit tired. But this is an incredible book for those that are wanting to conceive, for those that have traveled through loss, or who are sitting in a space of infertility currently. This book will change your life. It instills hope. It brings forth encouragement to try new things, and creates the connection that actually a lot of spirit babies need from their parents to come through. It's like a part of their soul contract that they need to have that pre-conception connection. Is there anything else I want to say about that? No, but I guess to be honest with you, this book kind of encompasses everything that like I'm trying to talk about with these other books, is that communication is happening all the time between spirit and us, and they do it in such beautiful ways, and it's only until we're sort of awakened to it or aware of the way that they do it that you can really be impacted by it. Like, I would hope now that you guys, after seeing this, will go pick up a book and start reading it, or you might flick to a certain page and be like, man, cool. Build your own connection and relationship with spirit through books, through music. It's all of the way that we connect with spirit is also going to look different and unique to each other. So yeah, hopefully you guys have enjoyed this. I've enjoyed spending this time doing this. It's so nice to do my makeup, do my hair, get in here and make a video, and I'm actually really impressed with the length that this has gone to. If this is too long, if you find that these videos are too long, please let me know. Like, let me know what sort of works for you guys, the listeners, and I can make sure that some of them are a bit shorter. But yeah, I just want to again thank you for spending this time with me, and I'd love to know if you again have read any of these books yourself, or if you have any that you could recommend to me or that you'd like me to read and review. Yeah, get in touch, drop a comment down below. I'd love to see some comments start rolling in. Again, make sure to like the video if you have enjoyed this. And there's other ways to contact me through the links that I'll put in the bio of this video. I'll have one more sip of tea for good luck. Myself and my partner are off to Auckland this weekend to go and visit some very, very special friends. And have a bit of a holiday. So next week when I jump on and post another video, I will give you an update of how Auckland was for us. It's a much needed soul heart trip for us. And I'll be on with another video. I'm not 100% certain what it'll be about, but maybe the weekend will bring me that clarity and some inspiration. So anyway, love you. Bye.